Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com and welcome to the second Black Friday preview video. The first one I did last week. It was out on Thursday. Go to YouTube and check it out. I'll try to link to it. Below. In that video I featured 8 watches that will be on sale during our big annual, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale deal. Today I'm going to feature another 8 or so watches that are going to be included in that sale. So when you go to the Black Friday page on our website, I can't say it enough because people still ask questions about it. The sale prices will be active 1 p.m. Thursday, November 22nd. The prices that you see when you go to that page now are still, the regular, everyday low price, if you will. But then on when the sale starts, all those prices will be lowered. My own wrist check before we get into it. Seiko 007 with the single dome sapphire and the strap cord bracelet. And then I was talking to a customer the other day about Zin watches and talking about my U1, so I decided to strap it on because it was in the brain, right? So I put it on. Let's check out the bargains we've got for you today. Like in the last video, I've got a lot to show you, and I want to do it as quickly as possible to keep the video short. I will start with what I consider to be the best bargain in today's set of watches I'm going to show you. It's the Orient Star Classic Automatic Dress Watch with Power Reserve, model AF02003W. This is an Orient Star watch, which means it's fully 100% made in Japan. So here's what I like about the watch, especially its size. It is 38.5 in diameter. It's about 13 thick. It's 44 on the tip to tip. It's got a 20 millimeter lug. It's 50 meters water resistant. The only downfall, if there is one, is the crystal, which is a dome, is a mineral crystal. But this is the size the Bambino should be, and a lot of you say that. I love this watch. It's got the blue hands, the white silverish dial. Check out the detail. It runs on Orient's 40N52 movement, which is a 22 jewel auto. It hand winds. As I wind it, you see the Power Reserve needle goes up at the top. Has a 40-hour power reserve. It hacks. I pull out the crown to set the time. The second hand stops. I can change the time. Has a date feature. Like I said, it comes on a nice, beautiful, I shouldn't even say nice, beautiful stainless steel bracelet with great finishing, double push button deployment with micro adjust. And what's awesome about this one, $277. That's what I'm going to be doing it for over those 5 days. Yes, availability is limited. I think today this is the best deal I'm going to show you. A bracelet's not your thing, so then I've got the sister model AF02004W. It's $10 less. It's the same watch other than the hand color, silver hands, and it comes on a black strap, a nice Orient Star buckle. Check that out, $267. Either watch can't go wrong. I'm a fan of blue, so this one gets my vote. There's 38.5 millimeters on my 6 1/4 inch wrist. Obviously, not a problem at all with the fit. Perfect for all of you smaller wristed people. So I am going to jump around all over the place. We go from a Japanese auto to a Swiss-made chronograph, automatic chronograph. This is the NB Jaeger Long Flight with the Valjoux 7750 movement. This is an automatic chrono, and I will show you the operation in a second. It's a nicer size watch, a little bit bigger. It's 42 by 12. It's 48 on the tip to tip, so does not wear tremendous at all. 20 millimeter strap, sapphire crystal, scratch resistant sapphire. And you can see on the bottom, made in Germany. I said Swiss made, well, it's a Swiss movement, but the watch itself is made and assembled in Germany. Has a screw down crown, 100 meters water resistant. Operate the watch, you unscrew it, you wind it up. It'll also wind through the movement of your wrist. It's a 2-wheel chrono. To start it, you'll see what's missing here is there's no running seconds. There's no running seconds hand to tell you the watch is operating. You start the chrono, the main hand starts counting down the time. You have elapsed minutes up here, elapsed hours down here. You stop it, you reset it. Everything's a nice, satisfying snap. So again, this is NB Jaeger. Excuse me. There's a couple of Valjoux chronos and other Swiss autos that we are putting on clearance from the brand. I love the watch. It looks great. It's got the dial is obviously reminiscent of a cockpit gauge. Has the day and the date. There is lume. I should have mentioned before on the Orient Stars I just showed you there was no lume because they're dress watches. This one's got lume. You can see it's got lume. The numbers are lumed. The hands are lumed. Looks great. I'm not going to make it too dark in here. You can clearly see that it's got lume. Here it is on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. It fits fine. I wear 42s regularly, as I tell you guys. 48 on the tip to tip, so it's much like it wears like an SKX, I would say. You know, it's got a, you know, while it's a pilot's watch, it has, you know, a little bit of a bezel to it, so the glass is not tremendous. I did not mention price. I'm sorry. This will be $949 for those 5 days. That's $949 for a made in Germany chrono with a Swiss automatic valve jeu in it. So a lot of you asked if I'll be doing any ladies' watches for the 5 days, and yes, we'll have a few. This is a Citizen. I got a couple of Seikos as well that I won't be showing you, but they will be on special as well. So this is a Citizen Eco Drive, or Eco Drive, with a mother of pearl dial. It's very nice. Solar. Eco Drive means it's solar, right? So never needs a battery change. It's so it's a woman's watch. It's small, right? It's 27.5 or so in diameter. It's only 6 millimeters thick. It comes on a beautiful, you know, stainless steel, kind of like a mock link bracelet. You can see it there. Double push button clasp. It's a sapphire crystal, which is really, it's pretty cool for a watch that's going to be $177 during those 5 days. So a sapphire crystal, solid case back as you saw, 50 meters water resistant. And just look at the dial detail and check out the bezel. It's not diamonds, but some kind of, it's crystals. Excuse me, it's Swarovski crystals, not some kind. It's Swarovski crystals. It just looks really nice. I can't say handsome, right? It's pretty. It's a really pretty watch. And at $177, it's certainly a very good value watch. I'm not going to put it on my wrist because it does not belong on my wrist, so we will move on to the next one. Up next is the Marathon WW194013 in black with the U.S. Marine Corps logo on the dial. So this is similar to the watch I showed in the last video. That's a Navigator's Pilot's watch. It's a quartz watch. Oh, it's not running. Crown is out, right? There we go. So there goes the crown. It's got a bi-directional 12-hour bezel for, I guess, use that for a second time zone, more than likely. So it's a Swiss Etta quartz movement. It is a resin case, fiber shell, so it's not metallic. It's 41 millimeters in diameter. It's 13 thick, and it's about 48 on the tip to tip. It is on a nylon strap at 20 millimeters. You can see that there. Extremely comfortable, extremely lightweight, because basically, you know, I hate saying it, but the watch is plastic. I mean, fiber shell or composite, you know, companies have fancy names for stuff, but it's more or less, you know, either a thermoset or some kind of a plastic. It does have an acrylic crystal. You can see it's got a nice kind of like a bubbly or a dome effect. And what's cool about Marathon, like I showed you again in the last video, is that it's tritium tube illumination. So there's tritium tubes on the hour and minute hands and all around the dial. And that is radioluminescence. It does not need to be charged to glow in the dark. It glows all on its own. I'm not going to do the night shot. I'm going to save a few seconds and not do it. If you want to see it, head on over to the other video and check out the Marathon. I showed it to you there. There it is on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. I didn't mention the water resistance. It is about 200 feet or 6 atmospheres, kind of a weird number again. Water resistant. Oh, and the price, I did not mention the price, $198 for those 5 days. Again, like I said in the last video, Marathon is one of those watch brands that basically never goes on sale. So this is one of the, this is the only time I can actually remember where I was permitted to do a sale on them. So if you've always wanted one, now is probably the time to grab one. Coming back to Orient, this is the white sun and moon. I showed you the blue sun and moon in the first video. It's the watch I believe I opened with because I own it and I love the watch to bits. This is ET0T002S. It is the white dial sun and moon. The difference between the blue and the white is that the white obviously is white. The hands are black, but the dial is textured. Unlike the blue where the dial is smooth, this dial has a lot of texture. It's maybe a little more visual interest than the blue, but it's not blue, so you know, you guys know me, I'm a fan of blue. Beautiful deployant buckle, backwards to normal convention, like Orient and Seiko always do. 42 millimeters in diameter, 14 thick. 50 on the tip to tip, 22 millimeter lug. The watch is powered by Orient's own in-house movement. Again, like all Orients, this one is a version 2, so it does not hand wind nor hack. When you pull out the crown to set the time, the seconds hand does not stop, you'll notice, and I cannot wind it by hand. Why am I doing the V2s on sale? Because I can bring them to you for $199. I think that's still an awesome deal for this watch, even though it doesn't hand wind and hack. I challenge you to find a better watch. I know people will challenge me, and you might be right. But you know, for 199 bucks, I think this is the steal. Like I said in the opening, in the first video, it was the watch that I needed to bring in under 200 bucks, and I'm very happy that I'm able to do it. It's beautiful. You saw me try it on the other video, so if you want to see how it looks on the 6 3/4 inch wrist, check out the other video. It's the first watch that's featured. So let's roll into another spinnaker diver. I showed you some spinnakers in the last video. Here we've got the Flus automatic with the PVD case. Model number is SP5056-03. There'll be 3 or 4 of these, I believe, on sale at the same price. So let's go over the watch, then we'll get into the price. I hope you can see the dial is a nice dark blue. It's kind of bouncing against the PVD of the case. It's on a nice blue leather strap with the contrast tie-offs. And yes, there is a buckle under there, under the paper. I don't want to rip it off. So it is 43 millimeters in diameter. It's 13 millimeters thick, and it is 50 on the tip to tip. It is black stainless steel, as I mentioned. It is has an exhibition case back. It's powered by a LACO NH35 movement, which is a hand winding hacking movement. So it's a screw down crown. I have to unscrew it. There's 150 meters of water resistance. To unscrew it, I can wind it like that. I can pull it out 1 click and I can change the date. I can pull it out 2 clicks and I can change the time. Check it out. Nice arrow hands. There's a beautiful bezel. Check out the bezel detail. See how it's lacquered over or plasticed over. It is a unidirectional 120 click bezel. Turns counterclockwise only. Let us check out the loom. There you can see it glows very well. The markers light up, as do the hands, and of course the bezel. I love that they do that. I really, can't wait to see more and more brands bringing loomed bezels to the party. So the pricing on these will be like the other ones. I got a few others. It'll be 159 bucks for the 5 days. Quite a bargain, in my opinion. But then again, everything I'm showing you, I feel, is quite a bargain. And there she is on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, 50 on the tip to tip. Getting close to the maximum of what I would wear, but it looks beautiful. It wouldn't bother me. Matches my shirt sleeve pretty well, actually. Okay, we're almost there. There's just 2 more left. So here is the Squall A. Another 1521 of them I'm bringing you, but this is the bronze edition. This is the 50 Atmos bronze edition that came out about a year ago with the anthracite dial. It has, look, check out the crowns at the 2 o'clock with the date. I love that they did that. It really differentiates itself from the rest of the 50 Atmos line. So it's powered by an ETA 2824. It hand winds, it hacks, change the time. Obviously, it's in a beautiful bronze case. Check it out. It is 42 by 14 by 50 millimeters on the tip to tip. Has an anti-reflective, slightly domed sapphire crystal, 20 millimeter lug, solid screw down case back. It is a 500 meter water resistant watch, and it's on a beautiful brown Squall A strap. I think the brown really sets it off with the bronze. It works perfectly. The bezel action is beautiful. It's a 120 click unidirectional rotating bezel. The dial, like I said, is anthracite, so it's not exactly black. It's like a dark gray or charcoal color. Normally these are, the hands are bronze too, as you can see, to pick up the case. Normally they're $12.99. I'm doing them for the 5 days at $10.99. That's 200 bucks off. Again, something like this usually does not happen. So if you had your eyes on one of these, it certainly is a good time to pick one up. Let's see how the loom is. There you go. Absolutely no problem reading it in the dark. And surprise, the bezel is illuminated as well. Like I said, I'm glad more and more companies are getting into doing this. There she is, right at home on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. even though it's still 50 on the tip to tip, I don't know, something about the strap and the way the lugs are, super comfortable, looks great, feels great, and given the nice leather strap, it actually smells great too. Really nice looking. So it's the last one. We made it, the LACO Aachen 42 millimeter version of watch I've sold for, I think, since I started selling LACO, so I don't know how many years that is, 7 or 8 years or so. This is the 86 1690, it's the 42 millimeter Flieger. And like I said in the other video, I'm doing the 42s, the 39s, in the blues, in the blacks. All of them are 10% off at $369. $369 is a price I have not had on these in about 2 years. It's almost like rollback pricing. So definitely a good deal. It's powered by a LACO 21 movement, which is essentially a Miyota 821. 821A that LACO has put a customized rotor on it. It's a brushed stainless steel case. It's 42 by 12, so 42 millimeters in diameter, 12 millimeters thick, 49 on the tip to tip. The 39 millimeter cases are 46 on the tip to tip. Snap-on exhibition case back, 50 meters water resistant, a 20 millimeter lug with a nice brown aviator strap with the mock rivets. Well, they're real rivets, but you know, they're not rivets holding the strap together. They're for decoration. Nice signed LACO buckle. So this is really the epitome of the pilot's watch. I believe this is probably the #1 selling pilot's watch from LACO that we've ever sold. Probably for, I would say, for every vendor. It's a Type B dial. It's a 42 millimeter, so it's not extremely large. And it just looks great. It's simple, it's easy to read, and it's quite affordable. Sapphire crystal. That was an upgrade that was made to the watch many years ago. Probably now that's going back 4 or 5 years ago that they made it sapphire. So really represents a great bargain in true Flieger watches. Let's put it on and then we'll call the video a day. So there she is on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. I would wear it. I'm really more of a fan of the 39 at this point. Now they came out with the 39, but on a 6 3/4, it's got a lot of wrist presence, but if the 39 is an option, I'm taking the 39 over the 42, but it still would look great on, I would say, 7 inches, a 7-inch wrist and up. Fantastic, easy to read, looks great. Oh, let's do lume and then we'll be done. Gotta love the lume that they do. It looks great, extremely easy to read, obviously no problem here. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you some Thanksgiving Day sale watches, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, etc. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so you can be alerted of great deals like this. And if you have any questions or comments, put them down below and I will be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.